already Monday, it's already night. And then just come to standing, just however you would naturally stand. And start to notice where everything is, as we were doing last season in our posture classes, right? Where is everything? Where are the shoulders? Start to notice, and let's start to tighten this up a bit. Let's bring the feet hip-width distance apart with the toes facing forward. And we're going to make sure that the feet are nice and even on the earth. So go ahead and press through the big toe mound, and then let the pinky toe mound come to the mat, and then feel the outside edge of your heel and the inside edge of your heel touching the mat. 4 points of contact. Lift all 10 toes, spread them out, and feel all 10 toes in contact with the mat. So a super firm foundation in this period of what we're going through in the cycle of the moon and the cycle of the seasons. We want to be super grounded, so we started with the feet, okay? Now lifting up, bringing the knees into the thigh bones, right? Lifting up through here and feeling that the hips are over the ankles and the shoulders come over the hips. Opening the heart, turning the palms forward, and ears over shoulders. Inhale and exhale. So now from here, you can just close your eyes and start to breathe. And start to look for that inner light, okay? It's right here at center. Identify, locate your inner light. Exhale. And as you inhale, allow that light to brighten. And as you exhale, allow it to soften, but it does not go out. Inhaling into that center light, brightening even more. And as you exhale, the light softens, but it does not go out. And this time as you inhale, let that light travel further through your body to your toes, to your fingertips, to the crown of your head, your inner light. And as you exhale, soften the body, light softens. And one more time, a nice deep, sending your inner brightness throughout the body. Good. And soften. All right, so now we're going to open the heart and the shoulders, okay? The knees and hips are soft, the elbows are bent here, and we're going to draw the forearms together and round the back forward, and then open up. This is Venus flytrap into cat and cow. So let's go ahead and draw the forearms together as you round forward, capturing something lovely. And then as you open your arms and open your heart, you share it with the world. And keep going forward and back like that. Think about what you want to capture and what you want to share. And one last time, capture and share and release. Just roll your shoulders back. A couple of times forward. We tend to spend more time forward than back, so we'll roll them back a few more times than we roll them forward here. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to start moving the side body, okay, with our dragon swimming through the river. So take your feet wider than hip-width distance apart. Soft bend in the knees, hands to heart center here. And we're going to take the hands to the right, hips left. Come through center, hands left, hips right. And we want to be moving from the hips. Let's all just do this for a second here. Side to side with the hips, right? And that's where most of the motion is coming from. It's not coming from tilting. Okay, so here we go. To the right and to the left. Side to side, dragon swimming through the river. Now turn your head opposite, so as your hands move to the right, your gaze moves to the left, and as your hands move to the left, your gaze moves to the right. And 2 more times to each side. And then come back to center, straighten your legs, draw your arms up, and bring your hands down by your side. Now turn your toes forward. Keep your legs still slightly wider than hip width distance. Soft knees and soft hips. And we're going to start some twisting here. Right hand up and back. And then hand to the thigh. Left hand up behind you. Left hand to the thigh. So that's all we're doing. Just go ahead, move through that twist. You don't have to go fast. Go at a pace where you can pay attention to what things happen as you are twisting here. It's not a huge twist. It's a spinal warm-up that we're doing now. So when we have a simple, more repetitive movement like we're doing right now, you can just really focus on what's going on from your feet to your head. And the next time your left arm goes back and forward, you'll be even. Shake things out, shake the legs out. Inhale and exhale, and come to the back of your mat. So we're going to find mountain pose at the back of the mat. Remember, if you need any further explanation or customization, just always let me know. I'm right here, okay? Here we go. Feet are hip width distance. Inhale, float the arms up. We're going to exhale, straight spine, long spine over the hip creases. Hands come wherever they're ready to right now. Bend your knees, bend your hips, and shine your heart forward. Sink the hips down. Walk forward into a plank. This could be knees up or knees down. And then take it to downward facing dog. We're going to be working on knee down side plank. So take your right knee down, spin your left foot to the mat, and draw your right arm up. Knee down side plank. Yes. Right hand down, back to downward facing dog. I'm going to go with the same leg. You switch to your left knee down and opposite arm up. So you've gone to the opposite side and bring that top hand down. Come back to downward facing dog and walk your hands back towards your feet. Float the arms out and up. Palms touch, and hands come heart center. All right, everybody good to go through that again? We're going to have an option to straighten the bottom leg this time, okay? Remember, that's an option. If you want to go there, you do. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive. Long spine over the hip creases. Hands to the thighs, half lift. Sink the hips, hands down. Walk forward into your plank. Yes, good. Plank can be knees up or knees down. Down dog here. All right, right knee down. Spin it open, left arm up. You can stay right here or extend your bottom leg. Top hand down. Come back to downward facing dog. Left knee down. Right foot, right arm up, stay here, or extend your bottom leg. Top hand down, downward facing dog, Walk your hands back to your feet and float the arms out and up, palms touch, nice, and hands come heart center. All right, so you can do either of those versions, and some of you will just want to go straight into the straight leg. I'll just demonstrate that really quick. We've been doing knee down or stay there or extend the bottom leg. If you want to do this from your down dog, plank, roll right into the leg lifted version. Okay, so this is our final time. Do the one that you want to do. Float the arms up, inhale, exhale, swan dive. There you go, half lift. Sink the hips, bend the knees, hands down, coming forward into a plank, knees up or down. Downward facing dog. Now bring your right knee down and come into your version, or come into plank, side plank. And then down dog. And left knee down. Extend the bottom leg, or from down dog back to plank, roll into left side plank. And now everybody come back into downward facing dog. Bend one knee and then the other. Walk your dog. Inhale and exhale. Bring both knees down. Sit off to the side and come to seated mountain pose. Nice and long inhale and exhale. And shake out those wrists. Okay. So, anybody feel your core while you were doing that? Right? Plank, side planks. Okay, starts to warm up the core. We're going to give the core a little bit of a rest and come into a hip opening and grounding posture called rock the baby. Now when you do rock the baby, your left leg is long, your left foot is flexed. Take your right hand, your right foot in your left hand, and your right leg in your left hand, right leg in your right hand. Okay? We do this as mainly hip opening, so let's start to feel that. Take the leg out and back. What we're also doing is grounding this lower energy center called the root chakra. We are moving that, awakening it, and deepening our connection to the earth. Okay, so this rock the baby is also rocking the root chakra here. Side to side, torso stays forward. Okay, good. Now come to center and put your right ankle above your left thigh. Bend your left foot, have your right foot flexed. The left foot is just in as far as it needs to be to touch the mat. Okay? And then we're going to let the right leg go side to side, side to side. So we're still working that root chakra, the one that connects us to the earth. And the next time the right foot is all the way over to the left, stay here. Now, if your right hip is lifted and not in touch with the mat, bring your right foot in front of the left shin. If your right foot is by your left thigh and your hip is in touch with the mat, leave it there, okay? Doesn't matter. Left hand to the outside of the right leg, right arm up and back. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, start to deepen your twist. Okay, so we're going to hang here and take the gaze to the right shoulder. Now, on your next exhale, take your gaze to the left shoulder. And then exhaling, take your gaze back to the right shoulder. And release, unwind, take both legs forward and give them a crazy shake. Did all that make sense about the root chakra and keeping the torso forward? Go ahead and bend your left knee this time. Right leg is long. Left foot in the right hand, holding onto the left leg, sitting up nice and tall. Just how we are here. Left leg goes side to side. Okay, the torso is staying forward, but you are releasing the hip and making a deeper connection to the earth. Rocking the baby. Inhale and exhale as you go. And now take your left ankle across your right thigh with your left foot flexed. Support yourself on your hands and draw your right foot in just till it touches the mat. So it's open, pretty open in the right leg. And we're going side to side with the left leg, still keeping the torso forward. It's not this, right? It's here. Yeah, opening up the outer left thigh. Left foot is flexed. Now the left foot comes all the way down to the right. We sit up and decide if the left foot is going to stay where it is or if this left hip is lifted. Move the left foot in front of the right shin. Right hand outside the left leg. Left arm up and back, hand by your hip. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, turn your gaze towards your left shoulder. Inhale, exhale, turn your gaze to the right. And on your next exhale, turn your gaze back to the left. Come to center, release, extend, shake everything out. All right, inhale and exhale. Now we're going to get to the core, so grab your block, okay? If you don't have a block, you have an imaginary block, or you could do this with a ball also, okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to start laying down here, okay? And take the knees up. So having the block in your right hand, extend your right leg and draw the block under your left leg and then switch. So we're switching side to side. Head and neck are on the mat till you get used to this motion. You could stay with your head and neck down, or you could raise the head and shoulders here and continue. There. Inhale and exhale. And 4. And 3. And 2. And 1. Whew. And take a break. Hug your knees in. Inhale and exhale. Release the spine. Rock a little bit from side to side. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do one more set. You know you can keep your head and shoulders down. You can roll them up. And if you're looking for even more adventure today, go ahead and come up to seated, okay, with your core engaged here and work from here, okay? So we're going to extend out, out, and out. If you have nice short legs like I do, I just had to turn my block to the shorter side so it fits under my legs. Okay, so you're either up, semi-up, or all the way down, just having fun. 3, 2, 1, and release. All right, let's go ahead, feet mat width distance apart, arms out by your side, little windshield wipers here, knees to one side, gaze to the other, side to side. Windshield wipers, just release, release, and release. Okay, bring it back to center, both feet to the mat, and gently let your knees open and close. Little butterfly wings. Inhale and exhale. All right. We're just going to finish up the obliques here with some little bicycles. All right, so laying down, cross your hands over your chest. Okay, that avoids using the hands to pull the head forward. Cross your hands, left hand to right shoulder, right hand to left. Bring your knees to tabletop. Roll the shoulders and head up. Remember, the chin is not tucking. There's a grapefruit in between your chin and your chest. Right shoulder toward left knee. Right leg extends and back. Left shoulder to right knee and back. And right shoulder, left knee, right leg extends and back. Left shoulder toward the right knee, left leg extends and back. Bicycles, not too fast. You want to feel it. Side to side. If you've had almost as much as you feel like you want, just go ahead and do the leg part. Leave the shoulders out for now. Okay? Otherwise, continue. Bicycles for 4. Switch. 3. Switch. 2. Switch. And 1. Switch. And bring the feet down. Take a nice long extension. Arms up, legs long. Inhale and exhale. Stay right here and draw your right fingertips farther behind you and your left toes farther extending away from you. Okay, so we're stretching opposite sides. Release. Left fingertips stretch back. Right toes stretch forward. Release. 2 arms stretch. 2 legs stretch. Inhale, exhale, draw the knees in. Hold on to the shins or the hamstrings. Hang here. And then go ahead and just give your spine a nice little massage. Inhale and exhale. All right, bring your feet to the mat with your hands, palms face up. Hands about 6 inches from your hips. Close your eyes for a moment and see what your inner light is doing now. Find that inner brightness. How much warmth does it have now? And let it just radiate throughout your whole body. It's always there for you. Let's come to hands and knees. Right, and we're going to come into a knee down plank. Triceps push up. Elbow creases are facing forward. Triceps push up and hips back. Knee down plank. Push up. Hips back. Yep. Looking good. Preparing after your next one to come into child's pose, big toes together, knees wide apart. Make sure your forehead is in contact with something. It could be the mat if it comes to the mat. If it doesn't, make a pillow with your hands or make fists, rest your forehead, or grab that block you were just using and place that under. We want the head to be supported here. And just breathe in child's pose. And unfold your way to a downward facing dog. Nice and slow, nice and even. Notice every part of the body that comes into the equation here as you come into a nice, even, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And start to walk your feet towards your hands, bringing them a little wider as you go, winding up mat width distance apart. Gently forearms to the thighs, hands to the heart, and lift up, fingertips up to the sky. And as you bring your arms down, take your feet side by side and breathe. Inhale and exhale. All right, let's shake take it out for a moment. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so we're going to do a sun salutation, or maybe even two. Okay, so let's come to the top of the mat. Find mountain pose, find that inner brightness, feel the warmth traveling. Once again, now we're like all one long line. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases. Keep the hips over the ankles. Don't worry about how far down the hands go. Just start to feel your hamstrings. Get a nice little release here, wherever that is for you. Bend your knees, bring your hands to your thighs, hips back, shine your heart forward. Sink your hips down, hands to the mat. Step back with your right leg and hang out in this lunge. Inhale and exhale. Maybe wiggle the hips around. Okay, take your left leg back to plank or knee down plank. So basic moves here for the sun salutation. Chaturanga, bring the body down to the earth here. And we're going to make a pillow with the hands. Rest the forehead on that, okay? And take the feet mat with distance behind you with the toes pointing back. The hands are going to stay attached to the forehead as we lift the back and come up through the spine, but the hands are not pushing, okay? So use your back muscles, hands stay connected to the forehead, lift, and release. Okay, now we're going to start with the right hand on top of the left, forehead on the hands. Once again, when the hands are just following the forehead, lift, extend your arms, and release, bringing left hand over right as you come back down. Lift, extend, yes, and come back down, right hand over left. One more time each way, lift, extend, left hand comes down over right, and one more, lift, extend, and right hand over left. There you go. Now bring your hands under your shoulders, take your feet back to hip width distance. Find your way to down dog. So a lot of people love to go table to down dog. That's great. Some people like to put, from time to time, hands under the shoulders, gaze toward the mat, knees up or down, lift halfway, extend, and go back. Okay? Maybe there's a different way that you get to down dog. We're all in down dog here. Now take your right leg up to hip height and make some small circles. And then in the same direction, make large circles. Try and keep the rest of the body nice and steady. Pause and make small circles the other direction and larger. Hold that right leg up. Bring the knee in. So come to the toes of your left foot. Bring your right knee in. Plant the right foot and then take the rest of your journey to the top of the mat. So some people's foot might have come up all the way up to their hands. Your foot might have been farther back. It doesn't matter. Take a half lift, folding from the hip creases, straight leg, forward fold. Get back on all four corners of the feet, toes nicely spread in contact with the earth. Lower half of the body super grounded, upper half super light. Exhale. And as you inhale, float the arms out and up. Palms touch. And hands come heart center. All right, top of the mat. We're starting on the left side this time. Float the arms up, inhale. Exhale, swan dive over those hip creases, straight spine. Yes, doesn't matter how far down the hands come. It's your practice. Hands to the thighs, half lift, shine your heart forward. Good. Sinking the hips down, hands to the earth. Step back with your left leg into a lunge. Now you're going to start to feel lots of nice opening in the hip and all the related areas. So go ahead and wiggle around. Let it release even more. Yep, you're still in your lunge with the left leg back. You're just moving around. Good. And then find your plank. Is it knees up right now or knees down? Your plank to a strong chaturanga. Okay? Take it down. All right. We're going to come into Sphinx now. So bring your elbows under your shoulders. Your forearms are flat on the mat. Your fingers are spread and pointing straight ahead of you. And you're looking up. We all know what a Sphinx looks like, right? Sphinx doesn't throw their head back. They're looking straight forward. And see if you can notice a nice long line of stretch from the whole front of your body into your center, to your belly button there. All right, let's release down. Make a pillow with the hands. No, it's not what you think. Bend your knees and let your legs go side to side. So now we're releasing the spine from those strong back bending movements that we were making earlier and just now in Sphinx. Bring your feet down. Find your way. I'm going to demonstrate that lift up again in case anybody wants to do it. You can keep your knees down on the mat or have them come up with you. Gaze towards your mat, hands under the shoulders. Half push up. Extend the arms. Down dog. Other ways to get there. Come table to dog. Inhale and exhale. Once you find your dog, find a nice even distribution of weight between 2 hands and 2 feet. Take your left leg up to hip height. Now check to see that your weight is still nice and evenly distributed between 2 hands and 1 foot, so we're not tilting to the right. And go ahead and make some small circles with the left leg. Same direction, circles a little larger. Yeah. Pause. And small circles the other direction. Yes, and a little larger. All right, now pause with that left leg up. Come up to your right toes. That just gives you a little extra room. Draw your left knee in. Step your left foot forward and complete your journey to the top of your mat. Half lift, forward fold, and float the arms out and up. Palms touch, and hands come heart center. And release. All right, let's find mountain pose and just breathe for a moment. You've been working super hard here. Inhale and exhale. Very vigorous practice. All right, we're going to move into a standing pigeon balance. So we'll take it in stages, but feel free to be near something that you can steady yourself on, because this is one of our most, let me say, challenging balances here. Okay, so let's prepare for balance. Coming back to that 4 corners of the feet, right? We've got the big toe mound. We've got the little toe mound, inside heel and outside heel. Toes lift, spread, and come down. Feet are just big and balanced here. Now the legs are really strong. We're lifting up through the knees. Shoulders are over the hips. Ears over the shoulders. Okay? This is our foundation, our rooted foundation. Okay? Now we're going to calm the mind. That's another important element of balance. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Just let everything go. Okay? So it's going to be whatever it is, right? Your balance is whatever it is tonight. It's like trying to control your balance is like trying to control the ocean. So think about going with the flow more than gripping, okay? And then find a spot that isn't moving to gaze at. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to bring the hands to the hips here. And let's just start by taking the right heel up and lift that right leg a bit. Oh, see how the left leg is doing tonight for balance. The left leg, the supporting leg, right? And release. That's the controlling factor there. All right, now let's take the left heel up. Get real strength going in the right leg and lift those left toes. See how that side's doing. All right, remember, you can totally be supporting yourself with a hand gently touching something. It could be the wall, it could be a table or a chair, okay? We're gonna slightly bend the knees here and then take the right heel up. Now, your first pigeon could be just crossing the right foot over the left, bending the knees and bringing your hands. Let's all do that. Toes are still grounded, and release. Yeah, and let's do that on the left. Knees slightly bent, cross the left ankle over the right. The left toes are gently touching the mat, okay? We're not like planting the foot. Hands to the heart, bend the knees a little more. Now maybe your left foot lifts up a bit and you're still okay with that. And release. All right? Everybody's got that, right? So that's one way. Now we're going to see about taking it a little farther. Go ahead and bend your knees, lift your right heel, okay? And start to cross your right ankle over your left thigh. It's above the knee. If it doesn't want to go that high, then bring your leg down, okay? Fix your gaze, bring your hands to your heart, and bend your knees. Flex your right foot. Let the body sway. Let it come in and out of your balance. It's learning. Good, and release. All right. Everybody okay with this? Is it making sense? Slight bend to the knees, left heel lifts. Okay, remember you can go here and stay there. You can slide that left ankle up till it's above the right knee. Bring the hands to the heart and bend your right knee. Standing pigeon here. And release. All right, we're going to try that one more time on each side. Remember, steady yourself that's always great, because maybe you steady yourself and you can wind up a little deeper. That's fine too. All right, let's go back, hands to the hips, steady gaze, right, slight bend in the knees, right heel up. Find your pigeon, could be right ankle over the left thigh, hands to the heart. Start to sit a little deeper if that's you. And release. There you go. And ready to try it on the other side. Remember, options, this is a perfectly fine way to do it. So is this, okay? So here we go. Slight bend in the knees, left ankle over the right thigh. Left foot is flexed, hands to heart. Sit a little deeper. And release. All right. So if you are saying, pigeon, I've had enough, do your next balance in a tree or a sun and moon or just stand on one leg, we're going to go back to the more challenging side. Whichever side challenged you more, I'll talk you back through pigeon. We're just going to go one more time. If you didn't have a more challenging side, just pick a side and work on that. Okay? I'll talk you through pigeon, but feel free, if pigeon isn't your thing tonight, just work on any balance that you want. Okay? Hands to the hips, slight bend to the knees. Breath is calm, gaze is steady. Ankle across the thigh. Top foot is flexed, hands to the heart. And release and shake it out. Inhale and exhale. All right, everybody good? So we would prefer to just stay, I would prefer to just work my strong side all night long, right? And never have to experience any moment of, doubt or wiggling, but that doesn't help because we've got to get our more challenged side up to speed. It's got to have its work too. All right, so let's go ahead and take the legs wide, toes out, hands to the thighs. We're going to take the knees out and stand tall. Take the knees out and stand tall. Okay, so we're plieing, loosening up the legs. We're going to take the arms up to 5-pointed star, elbows into the waist, knees out, moonflower, and come up. Moonflower, and back to 5-pointed star. Moonflower, and 5-pointed star. Now let's come down into moonflower. Stay here. See if you can sink a little deeper. Maybe take your legs wider. You don't want your knees passing the ankles, but see if you can come down a little farther. Inhale and exhale. And bring it up. Take your arms down for a moment. Take a breath and find your inner light, because we're about to share that light with the world here. Okay, we're going to do sunburst. So come back and find your inner light. Bend your knees. Cross your right arm in front of your left. Exhale. Inhale, arms up, spread your light. Left arm in front. Spread your light. And right arm in front. Sunburst up. Left arm in front. Share all your gifts and talents and light. And just go through this a few more times, feeling great, feeling generous. And the next time your left arm crosses in front of your right, you'll be even. Bring your hands to your hips. And go ahead and heel toe. If you're a hopper, hop your feet together, landing with soft knees. And bring your legs side by side. Find mountain pose. And just breathe. Take a moment to notice how the breath is moving now, as compared to where it was at the beginning of class here. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to move into a little triangle series. So let's take the legs wide. Turn the right toes forward. Both legs will stay straight. The hips are forward. Arms are long out in line with the shoulders. Reach to the right and come back. We're going to warm this action up for a moment. Reach and come back. Reach and come back. Now reach, reach, reach wherever you are. Let your right hand drop. Turn the palm out and take your left leg up. Your shoulders are stacked. Take your gaze to your toes. Take your gaze to the center of your space. Take your gaze toward your left fingertips. And now take your gaze to whichever one of those made you happiest in your triangle. And lift up. lift back to center. Okay? We're going to reach, 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 come back into triangle, so the right hand comes down, left arm comes up, and take the arms shoulder width distance apart here. Now open them back up without coming up. Shoulder width distance, open up, shoulder width distance, open up. One more time, shoulder width, stay here and lift, lift, lift. Bring your hands down, turn all 10 toes forward here. Put your hands, your index fingers in your hip creases. Hips stay over the ankles and start to fold forward. If you feel like it's better for you to stop before you come even halfway down, then go ahead and stop. As you keep coming down, notice what's happening in your legs and your feet. And if you want to release your hands to the mat, and that's you tonight, go ahead and do that. If you want to keep them somewhere on your legs, then do that. Bring your hands back to your hips, come halfway up, and come the rest of the way up. All right, heel toe or hop, give the legs a little break here. We're going to do triangle series on the left side, okay? So here we go, back to wide, left toes forward, legs are staying straight, the right toes are at an angle, and that right foot stays grounded. Can you feel all four corners of your right foot here? Can you feel all four corners of your left foot? Arms out. Reach and release. Reach and release. Reach and release. Now reach, reach, reach. Left hand comes down. The palm is face out. Right arm is up. So the palm is face out so that we don't rest on our leg and crunch into it and hyper extend the knee and do all that kind of stuff. Inhale and exhale. Now take your gaze to your toes. Take your gaze to the center of your space. Take your gaze to your right fingertips. Come back to whichever gaze made you happiest and bring your arms out to the side. Reach, 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 coming back triangle to the left. Take your left arm parallel to the earth, right arm parallel to the left, and we're going to open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open. Keep the arms parallel this time as you lift, lift, lift. Bring your hands to your hips. Turn all 10 toes forward and go into a forward fold and allow yourself to just move around. Bend your knees. Let your head and neck move. Let your hands come down or stay up. Do you want to go side to side? Check in with your body. Just move around. Oh. And then start to find your way back to center, hands to the hips, straightening the legs, coming halfway up, long spine coming the rest of the way up. And go ahead and take your feet together, shake them out, right? If that wasn't enough free movement for you, just continue in free movement for a minute and find anything you want for when we get back down to the earth. Okay, maybe it's an eye pillow or you have some lavender that you want to put on your mat for when we go into final relaxation. Okay, just make sure everything is feeling nice and loose and released. And when you're ready, come back to the top of your mat in mountain pose. Find that inner light and warmth. Feel it moving freely, unrestricted through the body. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, straight leg swan dive over the hip creases. Take a half lift. Sink the hips. If you want to do the vinyasa, vinyasa, you know, plank chaturanga, back bend, and then go down dog. Do that. I would say most of us are probably just going to go into down dog, and that's great too. And we'll all meet in down dog, unless you've had enough of down dog and you want to bring your knees down and go into table. And when you get into down dog, let your knees bend, let your hips move side to side. If you're moving through the vinyasa, then go ahead and take your time doing that. We'll bring the knees down and we'll all meet in seated mountain pose. Seated mountain pose, the legs are long, the feet are flexed, the spine is long. Okay, don't feel like you have to stop what you're doing. Do what you feel like you should be doing right now. Inhale and exhale. Yeah, hero's pose is great too. I see that's also a good alternative. Okay, inhale and exhale. And let's loosen everything up and maybe take a couple of soft forward folds. So just float the arms up and just softly exhale. We're not trying to touch the toes. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're just coming into a nice soft forward fold, looking for points of release. Roll the hands up the legs, arms up one more time, and nice soft forward fold. Wherever that lands for you. Roll your hands up, your legs, go ahead and bend your knees and slowly roll down. Okay, so finding a comfortable position here to start to just scan the body and notice what's going on in your body. Inhale and exhale. All right, we're going to extend both arms and both legs, arms overhead, legs forward. Inhale, and as you exhale, just draw the right knee in. Hug it in, Ardha Uttanasana. Extend the right leg, arms overhead, left knee in, hug it in. You might be holding the shin, you might be holding the hamstring. Inhale, extend, both knees in, Uttanasana. Inhale and exhale. All right, so from here, we're going to put the hands on the knees and make some circles with the knees. The hands will not leave the knees, so these are going to be small. Press the knees away, to the right, in, and to the left. Away, to the right, in, and to the left. Hands are on the knees the whole time. We're making nice little circles with the spine. Yeah. And the next time your knees are in, hold here and make your circles the other direction. So it's away to the left, in and to the right. Away to the left, in and to the right. Round and around. 3, 2. And then hug the legs in. Now let's all hold on to the hamstrings underneath the knees here. So right hand to the right hamstring, left hand to the left hamstring. Put about hip width distance in between your legs and point and flex your feet. And then circle the ankles one direction and the other. All right, let's bring the feet to the mat. So you can stay here with your knees bent. If you love Supta Baddha Konasana, bring the soles of your feet together. Let your knees open. You can rest that way as well. So you pick, arms down by your side, and we're going to make a gentle fist, open and wiggle the fingers. Make a gentle fist, open and wiggle the fingers. Really get those hands moving. And then with a gentle fist, rotate the wrists one direction and the other. Hands down, and very slowly and mindfully let the head move side to side. See if there's any points in the neck that need attention. All right, and then come back to center and scan your body. See if there's any moves that the body is requesting, that final things it wants to do before we move into final relaxation. Just check things out, move around, or not. If you're feeling like, okay, I'm ready to start just aligning my body for final relaxation, then work on that. So movement, alignment, getting your body ready as we come into final relaxation position. Knees bent or your legs straight, hands by your side. Palms face up is traditional, but if your shoulders are requesting palms face down, that might be the place for you to be tonight. Come into your final relaxation position. Inhale through the nose and slowly exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And as you slowly exhale through the mouth, allow your body to melt onto the earth. Just taking yourself into final relaxation. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently bring movement back to your body, with your fingers and your toes. And on your next inhale, stretch the arms and legs long. Exhale and draw your knees in. Give yourself a hug. Find your way over to a side. And carefully back up to a nice, easy seat. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice. And we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.